You know, the United States of America was the greatest country before Trump, and it's the greatest country now after Trump. The white supremacists want to go back. They want to go back to the days when it was legal to own slaves.
You are about to be entertained by the ape, the young man who has become a legend in his own time. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
All righty then. Welcome everybody. It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Hey, what's up everybody? Yours truly, Ron Kelly Show, featuring the lovely and talented Princess Love Mills. Welcome, Princess. How are you?
I am here. I've been rushing a little bit. Just made it in.
Okay, yeah, I was. Oh boy, some days I just drag like, do I have to do this again? But that's just the devil.
Not really. One of my diva sisters is she was in town from Hollywood. She's an actress, and she only had a window of time. So I ran up to see her, but she's in Towson. So it took me 2 hours to get up there, and there was about an hour and a half on the way back. So there's so much traffic out there, the hustle and bustle for the holiday.
Yeah, it's wow. It's like wow. You know, but it's nice to be off. I'm still off, so you know, there's no pressure whatsoever. So don't hate y'all. Anyway, welcome. Yeah. It's the Ron Kelly Show, starring Princess Love Mills, and it's on blogtalkradio.com and RonKellyShow.com. Or you can also catch us on YouTube, and you can catch us on Facebook Live right now. As a matter of fact, it's December 23rd already, Princess.
Yeah.
2021, and this virus is wow. I mean, already this virus is like a tidal wave. It compared to some of the other ones that have passed through, and already I was talking about doing the drop of the ball thing, and I might be able to forget it now because that's on shaky ground.
Oh yeah, how about that?
Yeah, shaky ground.
That was just a week ago.
Right, and so this thing has really taken off, and wow, it's we'll see. I mean, I don't even because I used to go to the cigar bar and I'd hang out. I haven't been nowhere all week. I cut my hanging out down to like almost zero because of the aggressiveness of the virus, and it's getting you even if you have been
vaccinated. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even if you have been vaccinated. So Princess, have you heard about the Apple AirTags? Have you heard anything about that?
I'm not an Apple person. I'm sorry. I think vaguely, but tell us about it, Ron.
Yeah, I'm not an Apple person either, but it's a weird thing. The Apple AirTag, if you put it on something, it'll tell you.
Oh yeah, I can trace you. Someone mentioned it the other day. She said she was going to put it in her boyfriend's trunk.
see now that's not what it's for. But there are people who are using them. There's a big concern out there that people are using them to stalk.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's a big concern out there that people are using them to stalk. All they got to do is just toss it in get in your car and just leave it in there.
Yeah.
In between the seat or whatever, underneath the seat.
Well, someone who's got it in your car, they're close enough to you to deposit it on you. So
yeah, and I think there's something. About it that tells you, "Merry Christmas, Billy Moss. Merry Christmas." And Ronald McCready says, "Hello, you too." All right, my brother. Yeah. So there's some. I think that in your iPhone, it tells you that there's one near you or one.
Yeah, what it does, it bounces off, it pings off other iPhones in the area for the proximity of where that person is located.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Wow. Is this, I guess there's a good, when people build things for good reasons, there's always somebody who's going to flip it around and turn it into something bad. So,
well, it's designed to help you not lose stuff, because a lot of people are forgetful for different things. So you can tag your wallet, you can tag, things that are important to you. It doesn't have to be just the stalking piece.
No, yeah, you can tag your phone, but people are using them to stalk and follow people around, and it's just scary.
People are creative. If you create something for them to use, they're going to find a way to use it however they want it to be used.
Absolutely.
So you have to release it at that point.
All right, everybody. The Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills is powered by Amica and Porterfield Transportation. We'll get into that a little bit later on. All right. I just heard today, I guess I'm probably the last person to hear that Kim Potter was found guilty of first degree and second degree manslaughter in the death of Dante Wright, where she pulled the taser, but
it was a gun.
It was a gun. And there's no, and she was found guilty. There's no way, because the weight of a gun, because I own a Glock 17 and it's heavy.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other, as opposed to the taser, it's plastic. Mm-hmm. It's not even close to the weight.
Right.
So, so she's been found guilty. Like I said, somebody texted me hours ago and I just happened to look at oh, wow, really? But what difference does it make? What difference does it make? You had the guy in Minnesota, the George Floyd cop, was convicted. Amber Geiger, the Dallas, Texas cop, who says that she thought she was home. She thought she was in her apartment and she wasn't. Maybe they should just stop letting women be cops. How about, because they're making these crazy mistakes. So maybe, okay, everybody, should women be cops? Should women be cops? Because they're making these crazy mistakes. Yeah, so should women be cops?
Do you want me to respond to that, Ron?
I'm fairly certain that you are going to.
Should men be cops? Yes. So these are 3 women that you've cited. They clearly had issues, like many men who have issues. Think of all the men that have caused harm and done wrong to people. So to throw out there, if women should be cops, really?
Well, see, because women are emotional and they're reactionary and.
Well, if you look at each case we're talking about, it maybe should be women, but if it's racist women, so they can say it wasn't that, but what was it? In all these cases, there were white women that did harm to a Black person.
Right, but now with Amber Geiger, she said she thought she was home, and that's why she shot the guy. She thought she was home. It was his apartment, but she thought she was home.
Wasn't there something about that she actually knew him at some point and some innuendo at some point?
Oh, yeah, there was some background noise about her having known him, or they might have slept together or whatever.
Yeah, so we don't know the whole story, but we know it all went sour. But these are just 3 incidents right here. Let's look at all the other things. Let's look at all the other things that men in uniform have done over time.
Well, Lamont Gates asks, because male cops have made no mistakes?
Question mark. Okay.
Well, you see, when I think with the male cops are deliberate in what they do. I think they mean to do what they do.
So you don't think these women were deliberate?
No, I think they just kind of panicked, overreacted, and the result was somebody.
And you don't think male cops panic and overreact? Some of them are quite young.
Yeah, some of them do. But I think that because of the nature of a woman.
What is the nature of a woman?
Because women have traditionally, historically been, they venture into these jobs that, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't be cops, but they shouldn't be cops.
That's your opinion. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that women should not be cops. I don't think they should be cops. Oh, because like if let's say a woman gets pulled over on a highway, a female officer, they always get beat up or killed, while they're waiting for their backup because they're not strong enough the women are not strong enough to subdue like a suspect. And you see it all the time. You see the videos of the women are out there on a desolate highway, and they're out there. And if the guy starts fighting with them, they really don't have a chance, because a woman is not as strong as a guy, especially somebody who's been, sniffing THC or whatever. They would be hard for a man to subdue. So, and like, when you watch the videos, like when they used to have the cops videos, the TV show, and the live PD, and the women would always stay back when the fight started. The women would always stay back. Now, I'm not saying that no woman should be a police officer, but there are some deficiencies that some of the women had in regards to, do they have the brute strength to
Lamont, please don't play with him like that. Oh my goodness.
Lamont Gates, the patriarch, right? All right, let's move on from that because I'm digging the hole deeper and deeper. Okay, so Princess, we had a discussion earlier this week. I'm trying to pull this up. Yeah, we had a discussion earlier this week about because we're doing our production meetings, everybody. We do have production meetings. We talk about what we think y'all want us to talk about. And what time is it? Okay, 12 minutes after the hour. So we had a conversation earlier this week, and I can't wait to talk about Shahrazad Ali, because she used to be on the show a little while back. Shahrazad Ali is the woman who wrote the book, the Black Man's Guide to the Black Woman, and the Black Woman's Guide to the Black Man. See, she wrote one for each of us. Shahrazad Ali. See, that was very forward thinking of her, because she wrote a guide for both of us. Now I did find my Black Man's Guide to the Black Woman.
So what did you learn in that book?
Well, what did I learn? Or what did I read? Maybe I didn't learn anything.
Yeah, maybe.
But what I read, see, a lot of the stuff that I read in the book, I already had incorporated into myself, because I'm not an abusive type of guy.
Okay, so you didn't get anything new out of the book?
No,
No.
I got some great knowledge from the book in regards to how to treat a woman, how to approach a woman, how we should be in regards to how we treat a woman. There's a lot of good stuff in there, and I should have got the Black Woman's Guide to the Black Man. That's the one I should have got. This way I could have read. That way I could have read to see what she said about how a Black woman should treat a Black man. But she did have a little bit of a clip on, I don't know if I can put it on the computer right now. She did have a clip on, I think it was on one of the, TikTok, I believe it was. Because I did send it to you. Let me see. I don't know if I can pull it up.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming up. No. Are you sharing it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to see if I can find it. But in the meantime, though, somebody. How many? You're single? Do you have a lot of single friends, Princess?
I do have a few friends that are single, few friends that are not single.
How many of them have dogs?
Ooh. Quite a few do have dogs. People move to have dogs to give them affection, to
But
fill
it
in
has
that
been us
missing
as black
piece.
women who have never been examined.
Okay, so how many of them have dogs?
Maybe a third of them.
Right. So, it's a funny thing. I made that observation because, when I was on dating and on the, when I was on the internet dating sites and stuff like that, most of the women who were single had dogs, had little puppies.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what they wanted, like a guy to be like a little puppy to jump up in their lap when they come home. And
Yep, that's what every woman wants. That's for sure. You got it. You got it.
No, not everyone.
Yeah, that's what we want. That's all we want. Just to hop in our laps. We just want a lap boy. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think that every woman wants a lap dog. Shout out to you, Albert Vega, my brother. Love you, my brother. Blessings to you and Princess. Thank you, my brother. Have a very happy and prosperous Christmas and New Year. No, I don't. I don't think that every woman. I think that some women do have dogs as companions because Lamont Gates. No, she's tough, Lamont. She's a lot tougher than you are. He says Princess won't be in this show long. No, she's going to fight back. She's not going to. No, but I think that, I guess that part of it is that they are lonely, and just need a little something, a little companion. Somebody to be, have a friend, I imagine. It's not all about replacing the guy or this dog is going to be my, this dog is going to be my boyfriend or whatever. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, everybody. So now this is a little piece from Shahrazad Ali. Shahrazad Ali used to be on the show years ago when we did the program from William Patterson University, and I was studying there. And she would call into the program, and everybody hated her because she was keeping it real and saying real stuff. So let me see if I can. Nikki Totten says that statement is furthest from the truth. I have a puppy and I'm not lonely. Interesting. Okay. All right. Okay, Nikki and everybody else who's watching the Ron Kelly Show.
Just because you're single doesn't mean you're lonely. Are you lonely, Ron?
No.
Okay. So why does a woman have to be lonely?
We can't have dogs in our building. So, but anyway, they won't allow us to have animals in the building.
Not about the dog. Or you can be lonely with or without a dog.
Yeah, that's true. Let me see if I can pull
Or
this.
you can be not lonely. Just because single doesn't mean lonely. It means actually you have a lot of freedom to go and share time and have a meal with anyone.
Absolutely. True indeed. Okay, everybody, let's take a quick break. It's about 20 minutes past the hour. We'll take a quick break and we'll come right back with more of this program that Lamont says you're not going to be on for much longer. We'll take a break. And Lamont Gates. You always depend on Lamont Gates for a comment. Okay, we'll take a quick break. We'll come right back with more of this show. It's the Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills. And it's on blogtalkradio.com and RonKellyShow.com. Yes, indeed, I am the man. What a news cycle this is. This guy has got to go. Trump has got to go.
George Floyd snuffed out by this police officer who's supposed to be serving and protecting people.
It's the Ron Kelly Show.
All right, everybody. This portion of the Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills is sponsored by American Porterfield Transportation. For 41 years, American Porterfield Transportation has provided safe, clean, reliable transportation to and from your destination. American and Porterfield Transportation provides service to schools, churches, and medical transportation, and provides medical transportation as well. Licensed to operate by the New Jersey State Department of Transportation, their late model fleet of buses and vehicles will make sure you get to and from your destination safely, and their courteous drivers will see to your needs during your transportation experience. They're located at 307 Arlington Avenue in Plainfield, New Jersey. Just because they're in Plainfield don't mean they can't help you out if you live in Hoboken or Jersey City or whatever. Give them a call, 908-753-6423. That's 908-753-6423. Or you can also email them, amaker.porterfield@verizon.net. That's amaker.porterfield@verizon.net. Okay, welcome back, everybody. It's the Ron Kelly Show, starring Princess Love Mills. And it's on YouTube, Facebook, and also on blogtalkradio.com. Okay, so let's see if I can get this up here. This is Shahrazad Ali, the lady that everybody loves to hate because she keeps it real, and it's not necessarily because I agree with her, because some things she say I don't agree with, but I definitely agreed with what she said in this piece. I'm not sure when it was produced, but let's listen to this piece.
But it has been us as Black women who have never been examined. We have been kept from any kind of criticism. We think a good, successful relationship is one where everything goes our way. The first time it stops going our way, then we got a serious problem. We want our man to do everything we tell him to do, but we don't want to do anything he tells us to do. A pattern is something that people follow because they think it's the right way to go. We have been doing it and improving that behavior between each other because we think, well, this is just how you do it. We have not represented our own ideas. We have not had anyone to represent our own ideas to us. The only place we have learned about how to be a woman or how a man is to be a man is on television. We haven't had that kind of a chance to study ourselves. We are not strong. We don't have to put our man down in order to be strong. I'm just saying that we have used our strength in the wrong direction. We've been using it against our man instead of for him. If we use the kind of strength and influence that we have in this society to support the Black man, won't anybody be able to come against him? But every man is judged by his woman. And if his woman say he ain't nothing, then the whole world believes he ain't nothing. The actual fact is every man himself judges his own self by his woman. He can be out in the world being great, and the whole world can be kneeling to him. And if he come home and she say you ain't nothing, you ain't been nothing, then that's who he do. But it has been us as
Wow. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills. So, Princess, what did you think about that?
Some of her points are valid, but it goes back to whatever we had models for us. And if education was modeled, then that won't be our story. So depending on how your mother and father connected in relationship, what they showed you, people tend to do what they see, whether they want to or not. And so there's a lot of dysfunction. There are a lot of couples that don't know how to communicate. They were never taught how to communicate. They got together for not the best reasons, right? Definitely if a relationship is not working out. Children are not the reason to get married. If the relationship isn't working before children come along, they're not going to fix it. It's just going to bind you together, which is not a happy world. But I know a lot of women that edify their men, that lift them up, that support them, that, yes, they would not be who they are without some of these women behind them. And then there's some women that don't know how to do that. But then there are also some men that don't know how to treat a woman in the way that she wants to do that.
So in other words, it's some of it's learned behavior In other
A
words.
lot of it is learned behavior, is what we see, is what we're taught. It's all about an education, either it's formal or not. If it's what you see in the house or not, or what association. So not just what's in your own household, but your friends or your cousins or your aunts, what you see in your community, those things. TV has a little bit to do with it. That's more of the fantasy. I don't know. I wasn't allowed to watch endless TV growing up, and I don't even watch much TV now. But some people do, and that's not a bad thing. You can learn a lot by watching TV, but then you can also be miseducated while watching a lot of TV as well.
Yeah, because I think that if you allow what you see on TV to influence you, influence how you carry yourself, how you conduct yourself, if you allow television to mold you, and I think that can be.
Well, it depends on what it is. There's a lot of good television that is good to model yourself after. Okay, so everything is not that cut and dry. There's a lot of great stuff on television. Some people come to our country and they even learn to speak English by watching a lot of television. Television can inspire you to want to do better, to want to do more. So television is not the devil. It's what we do with it. And if someone has, let's say, call it a substance. If a young person who's not developed and doesn't know how to guide themselves and you give them this substance, then yeah, maybe television isn't the best because they might not gravitate toward the things that are going to teach them. But if they have that guidance, then their result is going to be different. Yes, yeah. Ronald.
Yeah, I think that, Ronald McCready says, talk to the princess. I think that people do allow themselves to be overly influenced by television. And you're right, there are a lot of women out there who have not been influenced have not been unduly influenced by their friends, in other words, because we all, I have, like most of my friends, a lot of my friends, they're always doing the wrong thing, but I don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some of my friends, they don't, they're not, but I can't stand the judgment of them. I love them. They're my brothers. What they do, they do. But I'm not influenced by what anybody does. Like, for example, everybody around me drinks. All my friends drink. They all drink. And they drink like fishes. But I don't drink. So, I'm not influenced by what they do. Lamont Gates says everything in the world influences us
beyond our parents.
Mm-hmm. These are what shape our
personalities.
Yeah, I agree with that to a degree, Lamont Gates. I do agree with that to a degree. But some of us, have these poison friends.
Guilty by association sometimes, right?
Poison friends who try to tell you, girl, or yo, man, please, you ain't got to bow down.
But the truth is, underneath that, something happened, right? People are not just born naturally. Well, I can't say that. There's some people are predisposed to be on the negative side, but most people are not. Most of the time when they're like, man, well, they've been hurt and they didn't heal from it or know how to heal from it. So when you get that kind of advice, you got to examine the source. Right.
See, because I am who I am, and that ship has sailed a long time ago as far as like me being influenced by any of my friends. When I was younger and stupid, teenager, preteen, teenager, growing up, 20s, early 20s, middle 20s. Yeah, I was easily influenced during that time. But there was still the little voice in the back of my head say, yo, I don't think you should do that. And that's why I came through all of that with no criminal record. Okay. Yeah. So I guess it's up to you as an individual to make the decision in regards to what you're going to pay attention to and what you're not going to pay attention to. But some of us do grow up in chaos and disorder, and we adopt that to our lives, and what we carry that forward into our adult lives. So if we got chaos and drama and all kinds of stuff going on, it's like, par for the course. I'm not going to worry about that. So I think somebody put a comment down there. Oh, Nikki says, I'm conversing with a Muslim brother right now. What does that mean?
Finish reading the statement.
This is the Islam way. It takes a woman to speak the truth, but it also takes a willing man to listen and know the difference. Princess.
Amen, Nikki.
But what do you mean conversing with a Muslim brother? I mean,
she's in conversation. She's talking. They're having dialogue. You know what that means. What you think it means?
I mean, are they getting to know each other better?
That's what talking to means, Ron. Have you forgotten?
No, but I mean, are they getting to know each other better, in order to move on into carry things along, maybe even enter into a relationship? You see, because she's not Muslim. Nikki, I don't think Nikki is Muslim. And this man is. So, interesting. Maybe she can learn to be a Muslim. But because it's difficult for a Muslim and a regular person, not saying in Muslim.
A regular person?
Not saying in Muslim.
I actually know a few sisters who have connected with Muslim men and got married, and they're fine.
Interesting. All right. Are you? Lamont Case is laughing at me. I guess he's laughing at me. He's probably sitting there with his cat. Nikki Totten says, we are seeing where it can go. No, I am not Muslim, but I do study the ways. They do study their ways. Okay, all right. So she's open to. Lamont K says it's called peaceful coexistence.
Yeah, there's some people that don't change their perspective for the other, but they learn how to live together.
Interesting. So, Princess, I'll step right over your topic. I think I just jumped right over it that you wanted to talk about. Matter of fact, it should have been first. I think I kind of hopped right over it and got involved with the comments and stuff. But you did have something that you wanted to discuss.
Yeah. Just the seriousness of our times right now. If we think about COVID when it happened, the number of homes that revealed more dysfunction because people weren't allowed to leave their home. We know domestic violence was on a huge increase, and it's real. It comes close to many homes. And so if it hasn't happened in our own home, we know someone's home that it has happened in, or we have a friend, if not family member, that has experienced some domestic violence. And so as we just go into the end of the year when tempers are high and stress is even higher, just being mindful. As you look around, if you see people, sometimes you can tell when someone is challenged and having problems. And I can't have it to post it, but there's a national domestic violence hotline that you can Google and share with anyone during this time. Because it hurts everybody in the family, the husband, the wife, the children, whether you're married or not married. And it really means that someone needs some help. It's a condition that needs attention. And I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, I think that because it's a sad situation, but during the height of the pandemic, when everything was really closed and Times Square, you see a handful of people walking past. That was when, during the height of it, the domestic violence went way up.
Yeah, against partners, against children. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, child abuse because the kids couldn't go out, and and the pressure of not having a regular income and the uncertainty of the pandemic, and it was a gloom and doom period. It was a very gloom and doom type of period at that point, and people and the folks fighting with each other, husbands and wives fighting with each other. it went up like a 200 or 300%. And it's not so much. I think that because I think that with having schools open and being able to go to work provides a balance for families and couples where you can get away from each other for 8 to 10 hours and come back later on. But when you have to, it's not to say there's anything is wrong with anybody or, oh, I should have checked this out before I got married. No, I'm not saying that.
I'm saying that. Here's the deal. Kids grow up and go away. And what are you left with? Do you really like this person? Do you really know this person? So it'd be best to know on the front end that you really know and like this person. So when that time arrives, then you're ready for it. And you don't have to go your separate ways or live in separate rooms or whatever people do.
See, there you go, Lamont Gates. I'm trying to be nice, and Princess said,
I'm not being mean. I'm just telling the truth. We need to do that up front. Be intentional about who we're connecting to.
Well, you know what? And I always said, like, if I go somewhere with you, because I like to go on road trips.
Mm-hmm.
It may take 6 to 8 hours to get there if I'm going to see my sister in North Carolina or whatever. So if we don't have a conversation during that time, see, because I think this conversation is, I think that and not so much we listen to the same music, with Bob and I heads to the same stuff, the same song, but I think that conversation is the number one in regards to compatibility. I think that conversation is the number one. If you could number them from 1 to 5, as far as like what is most important in regards to that, I think the conversation is number one.
Okay.
Because you have to be able to have a conversation. Because imagine you going on a trip with somebody and they ain't saying nothing, you're not saying nothing, and you got 3 hours to go.
Well, actually, couples that are very comfortable and know each other, silence is okay too. You need to be comfortable with the silence. You don't always have to be talking and entertaining someone.
No. But I'm talking about like when you first, like in the early stages of the relationship.
So how early of a stage would you take someone to meet your family down the road?
Maybe 6 months.
Okay.
Maybe 6 months.
Okay. Well, I think in 6 months, you should be able to tolerate a little bit of silence.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, if she's reading a book or whatever, and I'm driving and observing, making sure we don't get killed, then that's fine.
Yeah.
If she's reading a book or whatever, or she's, because
taking in the scenery and the ride and the music.
Yeah, the silence is golden. Mm-hmm. But if the silence is because there's a gap,
I would just hope within 6 months that you've had a whole lot of conversations, so you already know.
Well, I have an unfair advantage when it comes to women because of doing radio and being able to.
What's your advantage?
Unfair advantage because like when I was doing the show before you came on, I was doing a show for a whole hour by myself.
Well,
so
but just that a person can do a lot of talking and fill the air does not necessarily give them an advantage.
But what I mean is that that I have to be able to talk even when I don't know if anybody's listening.
Well, that's not good either.
No, I mean, but it gives you have like a creative edge because you're able to talk about just about anything. So you have a little bit of an edge.
Well, so do you not attract extrovert women that are really good at talking and sharing as well?
Yeah, okay. I do.
Yeah,
I do.
So
okay, everybody, it's 20 minutes before the hour. I need to let you guys know the views and opinions expressed here are exclusively those of myself, R. Kelly Media, myself, Princess Love Mills, and R. Kelly Media Enterprises LLC, and are not those of my advertisers or my support team. You are enjoying the Ron Kelly Show starring Princess Love Mills, and it's on blogtalkradio.com. Okay, everybody, it's that time of the year again. If you're looking to get your taxes done with that personalized touch, then scoot on over to my tax guy. This is the guy I actually use. So, I use this guy. He does a wonderful job. Arenaza's Tax Service. Arenaza's Tax Service is your tax specialist. And unlike those big assembly line tax preparers H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt, where they just march you through, and in difference to that, Aronaz's Tax Service will answer all your questions and give your tax returns the attention that they deserve. Conveniently located at 424 Lakeview Avenue in Clifton, New Jersey, for the locals. Now, I believe that you can, even if you don't live in New Jersey, he can still file your taxes. So give him a call, 862-238-7548. That's 862-238-7548 or 201-888-8011. That's 201-888-8011. And when you do, make sure you tell them you heard about it right here on Ron Kelly Show with Princess Love Mills and receive your special discount. It's Aronaz's Tax Service, your new tax preparation specialist. All right, everybody, it's 19 minutes before the hour. It's the Ron Kelly Show featuring Princess Love Mills. Single women raising husbands. Single women raising husbands. And I'm not talking about incestuous stuff. I'm not talking about incest or anything like that. Single women raising husbands, Princess Love Mills. Before we go on, Nikki Totten says people got in the habit of texting and don't talk anymore. It's easier to feed a phone a lie than feed a face.
Yes, Nikki.
Go to bed. It's easier to feed the phone a lie than to feed it. Well, you know what? I have to agree with her. I have to agree. I have to agree with her.
Mm-hmm.
But now, we talked about this behind the scenes about single women raising husbands. And I don't mean there's nothing incestuous or anything like that. But single women raising their sons to be the type of grow up to be the type of man they would want to have in a relationship. And listen, I want you guys to chime in on this and let me know what you think. You see the headline right down there, so you know what we're talking about. And and we talked about that, Princess Love. You were a single mother at one time, where you were raising your son. You have sons. I mean,
No, I have one son.
You have one son. Okay.
And one daughter.
Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Love Mills. Anyway, so
I didn't raise him to be a husband. A husband is a role. We raise children. I was raising a son, not a husband.
Right, yeah, but right. But my point being is that some women do raise their sons and they instill the values that they want.
Do you think they sought out for that? They go, okay, I'm going to teach him how to do this, so when he grows up, he's going to be a good wife. I mean,
I think some do. I think some men do. I think some women do. I think absolutely that they say, well, you know what? I'm going to make sure that he's, I'm going to make sure that he treats women right. I'm going to make sure that he opens a door. I'm going to make sure.
Do you think that's a problem?
Well, do I think it's a problem? I think that it's a problem, depending on what your motivation is,
Well, from what you just said, that sounds like something that's pretty good, right? So from what you said, it shouldn't be a problem. That's right, Nikki. That's an entire show on its own, not here in the last 15 minutes.
All right, Princess Love Mills, we got to get it together then. Not in the last 15 minutes. Okay, that's an entire show. Wow. So that's an entire show. I didn't think it would, personally speaking, I didn't think it would be an entire show, but I guess it is since you guys are talking about it. But I think that if your motivation is you got a bunch of failed relationships and
Why is that a bad motivation if she was not good in relationships for whatever reason? If she thinks this way might help improve a future generation, why is that bad?
Well, I'm not saying it's bad, but if a woman, if her motivation, let's say she's been in,
it's basically saying, I want my children to have better than I had. That's how I understand that.
Well,
I want him to have a more successful relationship than I had.
Well, I can get with that, but on the other hand, I think that if your motivation if you're motivated by a bunch of failed relationships that you've been in with, maybe the man.
Hard times are the best motivation for anything. Mistakes are the best motivation for anything in our lives, relationship or not. See, in her image, so her image is not the right image.
No, her image, no, that's
right.
That's a problem.
Right.
That's definitely a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. She tried to raise him in her image, and she, as a woman, she should have been trying to raise a man in her image. Ronald McCready says some women teach, and most
yeah. And it's good to teach, but at the same time, I didn't leave it up to me. I made sure when his father wasn't available for him, I met some guys with redeeming qualities that I wouldn't mind him going to and talking for that bit of piece that I cannot give him because I am not a man. I didn't try to be the dad too. I was just the best mom I could be and the best person I could be. But I didn't try to be his daddy.
Yeah, and that just irritates the crap out of me when I see, like, when Father's Day comes around and the women are congratulating each other. Happy Mother's Day.
I'm not going to get
like, would you knock it off with that? Because it dilutes the power of the male presence, and it just.
Which is really necessary. So I get that, but I don't let it bother me.
Yeah, it's just
if they need that empowerment, let them have it.
It annoys me when women are like, "Happy Mother's Day," and happy.
Well, a lot of stuff women do annoy you.
You're right, because women are just like annoying, most of them.
Then why do you want one? Why are you still seeking one?
What choice do I have?
There are lots of other choices.
Oh no, there's no rainbows flying around here. Okay, everybody, it's 12 minutes before. Now I pissed off all LGBTQ people. 12 minutes before the hour. So
now they could just say, "We don't want you either, Ron."
Thank you. The feeling is mutual. I got no problem there. But now, so my point was that some women, not all, some women who've been in bad relationships, let's say all the things that the men were missing, they weren't courteous, they weren't respectful, they didn't open the door, they weren't, all of the things that some women, not all, but all of the things that they didn't get out of the relationships that they've been in, they try to incorporate that into their male.
Yes and no. I get what you're saying, but there was a time that those were just good mannerisms that were taught. LGBT feminist groups, Me Too, you hit them all tonight. LOL. He did, didn't he? He hit them all tonight.
Well, come on. Come on. I can.
They're coming for you.
That's all right. Come on. No such thing as bad publicity.
Oh, yes, there is.
Well, in radio, unless you've done something very egregious in radio, it doesn't. It doesn't happen that often in radio. Unless you've done something like you were a sexual predator or something like that. But thank you to Mike Gates, LGBT. See, now it's not a Q anymore. It's LGBT. There's no Q. The Q is been eliminated. So it's LGBT, feminist groups, Me Too. I hit them all. Okay, good. And yes, I have heard of Dr. Laura. Yes, I have. You know what I used to like? I used to like Dr. Ruth. She's not, you don't see her around that much no more. She's like really old. But I used to like Dr. Ruth. And that squeaky little voice she had. But I liked her. She made a lot of sense. Okay, yeah, so that's my point. It's not so much that it's women trying to, I don't know what happened to her. I guess the same thing that happened to Dr. Ruth. But my point was that, and we'll address this. I mean, you will have to produce. Yeah, we'll have to produce. If you guys want that to be an entire show, we'll have to produce it. We can't just come on and start talking about. We have to produce it in segments and the stuff that we do behind the scenes that none of you are interested in. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Dr. Laura was canned for using the N-word. Okay, and Ronald McCready says the sex doctor, Dr. Ruth. Yeah, I like
Dr. Ruth.
Yeah, I like Dr. Ruth. I thought she was cool. She's like really old now, so they probably.
She was old then.
Yeah, what is she talking about? Sex. She's old.
Well, because she's been around enough to know, and she was a sex doctor. Don't negate her experience and her abilities to help you.
Well, that's the thing with America now. Once you get old, you just like put out the pasture, chewing on grass all day.
Well, don't you see the men and the women that are much older now, and they're much fitter and stronger than people half their age? So we're moving away from that mentality.
Well, good. Because I'm going to be old one day, and I don't want to be shuffled off to Buffalo because I'm old.
So what are you doing about it to not be shuffled off to Buffalo?
Well, I think I think that you have to stay relevant.
Okay. How do you take care of yourself? It's really about your physical body. What do you do?
Get enough sleep.
Uh-huh.
Eat properly, which I still kind of fight with that. Wellness, going to the doctor. I go to the doctor, and I also do the Lifeline screening.
That's
Lifeline
good.
screening is the Lifeline screening. What they do is they, check all your arteries to make sure there's no blockages. They check you for, stroke assessment, aneurysm, heart attack, blocked arteries, all of that stuff. Because if you got a situation, like when you go there, if you got a situation, they will send you to the hospital. If your situation is that severe, they will send you straight to the hospital from the office. They don't take insurance. You got to pay, but you can't put a price on your life. So, they don't take insurance. You have to pay before you get there.
Mm-hmm.
They want cash on the barrelhead. They're not trying to hear it. But you can't put a price tag on your life. So, some people do I got to pay. Okay. I don't want anybody to find me in here. Been here for 2 weeks. Dead. Okay, everybody. It's about 5 minutes left to the program. It's about 5 minutes left to the program. But no, that wasn't my point for that wasn't my point for that segment. But I think that we do. It's just like when you go into another relationship.
So let me ask you this: your mom was a single mom, right?
Yeah.
What did she teach you?
Nothing. No, she did the best she could.
Mm-hmm.
She did best she could. A lot of what I learned from my aunts and stuff. My mother had 8 kids, 8 children, and I was like the 5th or 6th one. So her hands are already full by the time I came around. So I didn't get what I didn't get the one-on-one that I probably should have gotten. well, I can't even say I should have gotten it, but because she was, she had other kids, older kids. And for a period of time, I lived with my aunt, when I was very young. So, but, you go through the influence stage. I've gone through the influence stage with people where I was easily influenced, and you can tell me anything and I'll grasp onto it. And then you grow up and you learn that, what's right. Even if you're not doing right, you still learn what's right.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I learned a lot because I went to church. My mother made sure we went to church every Sunday. So I learned a lot throughout my young adult life. I learned a lot about, I'm not as off the hook as everybody thinks I am. I'm not as off the hook as what I present on the, radio program. No, I'm not as, oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not as off the hook as, we all have a different side. Like Howard Stern has a different side. He's not as off the hook as people think he is. He's got another side. He's got the radio side, and then he's got the side of him when he's home with his wife, or whatever. I have a radio side, and then there's another side of me. It's not that I'm being phony, but this radio show gives me the opportunity to just be who I am and be off the chain. And then on the other hand, I could, once to turn the radio off, I can, chill out. So the radio show is an outlet, for me. It's an outlet where I can just, be off the hook, off the chain, whatever. Because there is an aspect of my personality that is kind of off the hook and off the chain. So anyway, that was my Dr. Ruth segment, everybody. It's about 2 minutes left of the program. So do we have some big plans for Christmas? Or?
No, just taking it easy. I'm not going to visit with people. None of that.
Yeah, right, yeah. Because I wanted to, but no, I'm not. I guess I haven't been to the cigar lounge in weeks. Because a lot of those guys in there, some of them don't believe in the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, if you know what I mean. So everybody, be safe. Have a wonderful holiday.
Yeah.
Have a safe holiday. Wear your mask. Do what people tell you to do. And be safe. Be safe. Don't take any chances, because this thing is overwhelming, even for the folks who have been vaccinated and who've gotten the booster, all three, and it somehow or another it still gets in your system. So it's not no joke, everybody. So please, if you haven't gotten it, don't think that you're never going to get it. Don't listen to political people and with the nonsense.
Be safe and be
safe and
be smart.
And be smart. All right, everybody, we're going to hear Princess have a wonderful Christmas.
You too.
And we'll see you guys back here next Thursday, just before the New Year's, right here on the Rockery Show featuring Princess Oda Mills. So Nikki Totten says happy
holidays to all.
That's right. Somebody finally got my back, and happy. I'm gone over. I'm about 15 seconds over. So everybody, we'll see you. Be safe, be smart, follow the science, and do what you need to do. Princess, we'll see you back here next Thursday for another edition of the show. So until then, everybody, be nice, be important, but it's more important to be nice. We may not have it all together, but together we can surely have it all. Thank you so much.
Good night.
We're done.